to speak on that full moon. Every time there's a full moon, there's an opportunity to release, to receive, to evolve into what I call the necessary energy. You get this chance to evolve 13 times within a year. 13 is that lucky number. You get this chance to evolve on the inside, that it may become a different evolution on the outside, that you may see different things, that you may be able to do different things. So in a way, each full moon is its own portal in its own right, if you will. We are just approaching another portal, a time that marks the beginning and the end. Okay? We are experiencing the first full moon of the summer. This is the first summer moon. Okay? The sun is coming to its peak. This is why we're receiving a lot of heat. The sun is coming to its peak. The sun been traveling the cosmos. And as it travels, it's going to come to its peak. This is what we are experiencing. Okay? And as the sun comes to its peak, this is a pivotal moment for all sentient beings, because we are receiving an abundance of light, an abundance of energy. Okay? We are receiving necessary energy that's necessary for you to evolve. So it may be negative and it may be positive, but nevertheless, it's for the sake of your evolution. And at most times, these portals open up 3 days before the full moon. And it's going to stay open for another 3 days. That's going to give us 6 days, because 6 is the number of completion. Okay? Nevertheless, during these times, a lot of us may be feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, drained in our energy, fatigued in a lot of ways. We may be feeling hungry for more, mentally hungry, spiritually hungry, and even physically hungry. Your body is requiring a lot more calories to process the information that you are receiving as you walk through this portal. This portal that is presented to you on a 9-day. The full moon of June, okay, is happening June 29th, 2026. That's going to come to a 27, and the 2 and a 7 give us a 9. The 9 is what's marking the beginning and the end. This is not only the beginning of the summer, but it's also the end of the first phase of the year. It's not only the beginning of the summer, but it's also the beginning of new energy inside of you, because light gives birth to life. I'm going to say that again. Light gives birth to life. Okay? You want to grow a plant, you're going to need light, natural light. You're going to need earth, and sometimes just water and soil. Okay? So, by you being under new light, you must understand that the seeds that have already been planted in you will be given growth. Okay? So during this pivotal time, you are changing, you are shedding. The 9s is also synonymous with the snake. The snake is a healing animal for this reason. It was demonized for this reason. Pharaohs were the snake on their crowns, in the middle of their crowns, because he that can shed can change, and he that can change can lead. She that can shed can change, and she that can change can lead. So the pharaoh, both male and female, one word, wear these snakes on their crowns. The cobra, to be specific. Snakes are healing animals. They're peaceful animals also. They have no limbs, okay, to reach for anything. So they represent release. They have no legs to run from anything. So they move slow. They vibrate their bodies and move with the natural current of things. Snakes are healing animals. Snakes also represent the beginning of sentient life. Everything is beginning at a tadpole stage. Everything is beginning. We talk about in its farthest reach as a micro, also as a snake. This is your sperm. This is your tadpole. This is Kundalini energy. In fact, your bodies, starting from your inner body, starting from your mind and coming down to your spine, still is shaped in that same slither. Meaning you are just a sperm all of your life. You just have more attached to you. The snake is healing energy. And when we see nines, we can also think of the snake. We've approached that period and pivotal time in life. Okay? When it's time to shed, the end of things. Some things have become the skin of the last avatar. Some things have become a part of the old you and cannot exist on the new you. Some things must be let go. The snake, the nine, teaches you to do just that. And when I say teach you, this is when the universe pushes you to making the necessary decision, to become the necessary energy. The universe will push you a certain direction. It's up to you to push back or to go with the natural current. Some people have been pushing back, and then you're going to receive affliction from life, punishment, chastisement from the universe. Okay? So as we approach this portal with 9 energy at the forefront, we must also understand that turning that 9 upside down is going to give us the 6. These energies live within on the same dimension, just on different opposites of the spectrum. So as the 9 represents the beginning and the end, the 6 also represents completion, because things must first be complete before they end and begin. The 6 represents completion. You are coming to a completed state. Did you know? A lot of phases within your life are coming unto completion. You've been through a lot of hardship. This is coming into completion. You've been through a lot of different things. You've been through a lot of people that have challenged you. You've been through a learning process of yourself. You've been through a phase that have been compelling you to move, literally move physically, that have been compelling you to operate from new perspectives, to learn different things. You've been going through a lot. I want you to understand that nothing lasts forever. Everything will have its course. Everything see its time. Every dog has its day. Okay? And I say that respectfully because now it's time for you to give rise to that dog in you. The one that knows how to go sniff out the things that it wants. The ones that knows how to, bite when it needs to bite. The ones that knows how to, run when it needs to run. Towards itself, towards the flame. Towards the things that you've been avoiding. Now it's time to go towards those things that you've been avoiding because you've been prepared. You've been chiseled. Okay? You've been through the refurnishing of that rock to the diamond. It's time. Yes, it's time. Everything has its time. Everything is temporary. Okay? It's the beginning of adversity. There's the peak of your adversity, and then there's the end of the adversity, which would mean also a completion. You have been complete. You have finished the classes life have entered you in. No matter if you understand it or not, sometimes you may feel like you haven't learned all of what you needed to learn. So maybe I need to repeat certain things. Sometimes you may feel like you don't have all the necessary variables that you need to move forward. I know sometimes you feel like you're not ready. I know sometimes you may not accept being chosen, okay, because you may feel inadequate, incapable. I know you may feel like that, but the universe sees something greater in you. The universe is not stricken by what it sees in front of it. The universe is experiencing you in the past, present, and future tense. The universe understands what it has birthed and created. You are being charged. Yes, you are being charged with the calling of life, with purpose. You are being charged with the calling of life that is asking for your utmost strength, that is asking for your courage, that is asking for your bravery, that is asking for you to look at life with your real eyes, not your superficial physical eyes, but with those spiritual eyes. You're going to have to use your second set of eyes, which is a combination of what you feel and what your third eye is allowing you to receive. You're going to have to use your spiritual eyes. You see, they say, walk in faith and not sight. This is true. Walk in faith and not sight. You see, because what is in front of you is dissolving, it's temporary. And if you only walk in sight, you will put too much investment into what is in front of you. You will put too much and forget that everything is fading. Nothing lasts forever. Do not walk in sight. You must walk in faith. Faith will teach you that what I want, the rubies of my riches, the abundance of my imaginations, I first have to have something in me that is being drawn towards that. I must cultivate courage. That's where the courage gonna come from. I gotta have courage, enough courage to go get something that I can't grasp physically right now. I have to have bravery to be able to walk in the darkness, because if I can't see it, I can't touch it. Okay? But my spiritual eyes recognizes it, then I must have bravery. Okay? Bravery to not lean on. I cannot lean on my influence. I cannot lean on my intellect. The intellect in me that needs to know the answer. The intellect in me that needs the pluses and the minuses. I need to see the equal sign. I need it to make sense. I need the logistics. I need to know all the specs before I go to a place, before I experience something, before I meet new people. Sometimes we want to know all the specs. Sometimes we want to know far too much information. And the universe doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. Because life isn't mechanical. Sometimes there is not an answer. How about that? Sometimes there is not more information. How about that? Why? Because the life is evolving as you go towards it. As you go towards it, life is evolving. Things are materializing as you go towards it. The true manifestation happens when you start the walking and things start materializing. It's as if you're walking up a block and you got to turn the corner. Okay? That next street that is around that corner did not come into existence until you first thought of it and then you seen it. It materialized right in front of you in the micro millisecond. This is why they say out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. If it is out of our vision, then it does not exist. Okay? Because in my sight, seeing physically, I see what does not exist. What is everything around me, this cup, everything around me. If it is fading in existence and it was not here before, I am just experiencing it temporarily. Does it really exist? And if I stop looking at it, did it ever exist? This is why we must cultivate vision and envision, because what is happening on the inside is you putting electrical charges towards matter and it materializing in this reality for your temporary enjoyment. Things come into existence. This is why you must not only be careful what you say, but you must be careful what you think. We enter in this portal, and in this portal, you must operate as a new creature. As after this month, after hearing this video, after hearing my voice, you're going to have to begin operating as a creature that knows better. They say when you knew better, you'd have done better. So now we're going to know better. We're going to be careful with our thoughts. We're going to be careful with our feelings, because we understand if I anchor my feelings will give birth to different thoughts, and them thoughts, when they become anchored in me, they will spread like a parasite within me, and it will take time and shadow work for me to rid myself of that type of thinking. Some of us got stinking thinking. Some of us, the negative sides of us have created another entity within us. A lot of you been looking for the devil on the outside, but the devil was on the inside. Your insecurities, you have given far too much credit and power. Your anxieties, you have been given far too much credit and power. These have prevented you from meeting new people and doing new things. How often have you said, I want to do this, I'm going to do this, I need to do this, but you did not? Because as you went to do something else happened. Muscle memory began to happen. You said, you know what, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to wait till later. You said, you know what, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to wait till another time. You said, you know what, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. And then what happens? The pools of time begin to carry you with the tide. The pools of time begin to take you away, because everything is temporary. Those opportunities are temporary. They're not always going to be there. Those people who have been reaching out to you, they're not always going to be there. A lot of people now, within a 40s and 50% of life that they've experienced, now that they're beginning to suffer and see that I've missed a lot of opportunities to experience good people, opportunities to experience good men and good women, or to also travel the world and experience new experiences. It's time. You've entered a pivotal moment in life. It's time. Listen to the signs of the time. It is time. As the earth heals itself, as we go through this spiritual revolution, okay, it's imperative for those of us who have the legs, those of us that have the arms, to take our spirit and take other spirits different places, and to lift spirits unto new heights. For those of us to step into our next avatar. And understanding that nothing is final. The phase that I'm coming to is not final. There is no final point of evolution. You will continuously evolve. Okay? Until you evolve out of existence. Okay? So, we have to begin with acceptance. Everything begins with acceptance. The A is at the top. Okay? A's in linguistics, okay, A words are synonymous with alpha energy. I'm going to say it again. A is at the top of all scripts of the alphabet, the alphabet, okay, and the alphabet, okay, and all other scripts. A is at the top. A is at the top. A is at the top for a reason, because A is synonymous with the alpha. Okay? The A also, it looks like this. You know, a lot of things have been taught to you in reverse, so the alpha has those horns. Okay? Alpha energy. Okay? Alpha energy. Just like the Taurus, just like the Aries, just like the Capricorn, alpha energy. The A also represents, turning it back around, the house, because you building. So when you see them A words, you understand the building that is happening inside of you. So when we think of words like acceptance, we think like this. This is linguistics, how we break down etymology and truly read words with the mathematical lens. View words with the mathematical lens. The A, look how you say A or I. Short A is I. I must accept the fact that I am building a house within me. I am rebuilding the mansions within me that may prepare me, because I need a place to prepare me for the mansions on the outside. I must do this. Okay? And by me taking charge, it's true alpha energy. That is alpha energy. The energy that decided to take charge. I take charge. Okay? I take charge. I do. Okay? I have to take charge. And then I will take charge. Okay? These are all synonyms of the same sound. Okay? Take away your linguistic restriction. These are synonyms of the same sound, starting from the top of the tongue and the bottom of the tongue. So I want us to understand acceptance is the first phase of anything. When I'm helping the people that I've helped, and I've helped thousands upon thousands of people, it always begins there. Acceptance. When I'm tuning the music that I create, I tune into a frequency that helps you accept. Acceptance is the first phase. You must accept. Okay? I come bearing a good truth. The gospel of acceptance. The gospel of purpose. The gospel of peace, power, and prosperity. Acceptance is the first step in the first stairs you must climb before you get to meet yourself. A lot of us have never met ourselves. Okay? So you're going through the process of meeting yourself during this portal. What do you think is on the other side of that portal? You. You are on the other side of the portal. Spoiler alert. I'm going to say it again. You are standing on the other side of the portal. Spoiler alert. And as you walk through these portals, okay, as you utilize the energy that you has down as a crux, okay, as you pick up the diadems of your living experience and walk through this portal, carrying the staff of resilience, okay, which gonna look like one of these. As you walk through this portal, on the other side, it is only a mirror. It is only a mirror. A mirror that shows you what had to happen and what did happen. A mirror that shows you that you've been looking at the past all this time. When you look through mirrors, you are looking at the past. You must look deeply with spiritual eyes to see the present and where you are today. And maybe there will be a glimmer of the future in your twinkle of your spiritual eyes. On the other side of that portal, there will be a mirror. Because again, you must accept. Because a lot of us can backslide. Some of us will take the crown off, put it down. Oh, I don't need no staff. You start taking, you get scared. It's okay to be nervous, but it becomes fear when you allow the nervousness to consume you. When you become stagnant. We are all water. Stagnant water isn't good for anybody, is it? We are all water. We are 99% water, and stagnant water is bad water. So when you sit stagnant in your ideas, when you sit stagnant in your feelings, when you sit stagnant in your evolution, because you're supposed to go that way, but now you wasted so much time with telling yourself later on, next week, next month, I'll do this. You become stale. You become a negative to yourself and everybody you're around. When that water don't get to moving, okay, you become stale, okay? It's time to accept. It's what life is leading you to do. Accept. When you get on the other side of that portal, and you're gonna know when you're on the other side. Yup. You're gonna know when you're on the other side of this portal. Acceptance is the first step again. You remember, the 9 is the beginning and the end. So, as you walk through this energy, this 9 energy, you must accept that something must end. This is why the mirror is there on the other side of the portal, showing you the past. And as you accept, okay, as you break that mirror, because now you don't need it. You don't need a mirror to see yourself. Face can already see itself anyway. You cannot see yourself. You will need to see yourself in different ways, through the reflection of others, through the reflection of people that operate on your frequency that you already on, through the reflection of abundance, through the reflection of the new ideas, through the reflection on your new creations. I know me better because I can hear me better. You hear the tone that you listening to? You hear the sound that you listening to? You see the man that you looking at? I know me better through my reflection, and my reflection on many different dimensions. Okay? Through the people you are around. I've been meeting some beautiful people. One that comes with the same protective energy of me. One that has the same the creativity sparks that I have. One that has the same glow and the same light. One that has the same love to be able to do things genuinely and without receiving anything. These people not transactional like I'm not. You see yourself another way. The natural way, the spiritual way. Okay? Through the reflection of others. Okay? So, as you walk through this portal, you're also going to have to do something else after you accept. You're going to have to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Because if you do not forgive yourself, you will not be able to forgive others. Forgive them because they do not know what they've done. It is unbeknown to them the true extremities of the damage that they've caused inside of you or inside themselves. So, you must forgive them. Forgive them because they are doing things not of their own recognizance. People have been brainwashed. People have been led to feeling and thinking a certain type of way. Forgive them. Forgive them because we understand chemical warfare. They have been consuming chemicals that have been changing their hormones and causing hormonal warfare within them, causing them to act and respond a certain type of way. Forgive them. Forgiving them is the best thing you can do for yourself, because at that point you accept the truth. I have to accept this. I accept the truth is they couldn't have known what they was doing. The truth is everything is born perfect and good, and no good thing would have thought or done that certain thing. No good thing is going out and practicing suicidal tendencies. Yeah. We are doing things unto our own demise. No good thing would do that. Nothing in its right mind will be doing things that lead to its own demise. How often have you loved the person and they have loved you not? Okay? And they've done things to the demise of your relationship. Do you think that would have been in their own recognizance? Do you think that they were in their best mind? No. Forgive them. Yes, it was another part of them that was acting. Forgive them. It was another part of them that hurt you. Forgive them. Because they do not know. It is unbeknown to them. Forgive them. Only when you forgive them will you be able, okay, to truly practice the forgiveness and experience the peace of life. Because you're going to have to forgive other people. You see, because I say forgive them, because they're energies you never met, okay, that you're resentful of. Maybe you're resentful of your governing parties. Maybe you're resentful of certain programs. Maybe you're resentful of certain nationalities. Forgive them on a broader scale so you can forgive life. You have to forgive life because you somehow convinced that this chaos that you've been introduced to, this chaos and this negativity that you've been experiencing, you are thinking that life is personally attacking you. So now you think that there are just continuous personal attacks. You think that that other race, you think that that other group of people, you think that that other business is personally attacking you. So now, as it trickles to the next dimension, you think all those people that have hurt you within your life, you think that these were personal attacks on you, forgetting that they was hurting themselves, hurting you. This had nothing to do with you. I don't care what the heartbreak looked like. It had nothing to do with you. You are not that important. Accept that. People are the main characters within their own life. Who do you think you are trying to be the main character in someone's life? Accept that. But you won't be able to do that. You won't be able to forgive them if you don't forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. You didn't know. Forgive yourself. Because you had to protect yourself, because you had to love yourself, because at certain point in time you had to harden your heart. Forgive yourself for isolating yourself away from the world. Forgive yourself, okay, for being stern with yourself, and sometimes you had to beat yourself up. Forgive yourself for being so docile that you allowing the same people to hurt you, and you know that they was going to hurt you. Forgive yourself for going back and forth to a 9-to-5 that you know that you are feeding their families more than you feeding yourself, and you know that this is eating you up in the inside, and you start to be down on yourself, and you start. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself if you mutilated yourself. Yup, you decided to remove different things off of your body. Forgive yourself. If you've been under that knife, if you've been going through surgery or even considering it, forgive yourself for not loving yourself. Forgive yourself for wearing the mask in life. Forgive yourself. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? How many of us know that we need to forgive ourselves? How many of us know that we need to practice forgiving other people? Can I get a witness? You go ahead and comment what you forgive. Go ahead and release it to the world. It is time to release. You ain't got to hold nothing up. Be light as a feather. How else do you think that angels have wings? How do you think that angels have wings? Do you know that you don't have to leave this planet to get your wings? You can get your wings in real time, in real life. Get your wings. Go ahead and release it. Go ahead and let it go. Why carry these energies? Why carry this hardened heart? I forgive me. You affirm that with yourself. I forgive me. You go ahead and hold yourself, hug yourself. I forgive you, body. I forgive you, mind. I forgive you, spirit. I understand I'm soul. I am not the mind, body, or the spirit. But I have a mind, a body, and a spirit. I forgive you. I forgive me. I forgive me for the things I've done, and I forgive me for the things I will do. I'm going to say that again. I forgive me for the things I've done, and I forgive me for the things I will do. I forgive me for the things that I know I had to do. I forgive me for the things I know I'll have to do again. I forgive me for not always being first ready to love me more than I love anything else. I forgive me. I forgive me for looking past what I am and who I am to look for other versions of myself in other people. I forgive me for cosplaying in life. I forgive me for dressing up as something different than what I am. I forgive me for wanting things that do not benefit my spirit. I forgive me for falling victim to pain, for falling victim to broken hearts. I forgive me for being a victim even. I forgive me for being the bad guy. I forgive me for being overly kind. I forgive me for allowing people to step on me, pull on my heartstrings, okay, to abuse my divine masculinity, to abuse my divine femininity. I forgive me. Yeah, I forgive me. I have to forgive me so I can have my wings. I forgive me. I have to forgive me so I can forgive those that have harmed me. I forgive the idea that they harmed me and remember that they were only harming themselves. I will not take it personal. I forgive the part of me that have taken life personally. I forgive me. I forgive me so I can go out and forgive the people that I've never met. I forgive the people that I think that have wronged me on a personal level. I forgive me. I forgive me so I can forgive the universe. And that way I can step into gratitude. I forgive me so I can have my peace. It is my peace. I forgive me for not realizing this a long time ago that my peace is my peace. It's my slice of life. It's my cake and I will eat it too. I forgive me for not enjoying my peace and sharing my cake, for sharing my pie and sharing my piece of life with everyone else. I forgive me. This won't happen until I accept me. I accept what I am not and I accept what I am. You walking through a portal, it's time to release. You walking through a portal, it's time to release. Take these traditions with every full moon. The world is releasing. You see, during full moons, okay, the magnetic energy of the moon is pulling on the water. This is why you see high tides. Okay? So that same magnetic energy is pulling on the water in you. This is why people are emotional. Okay? This is why people are emotional. So, since something is pulling on you, since you have your cosmic sibling, the moon, pulling on you, let it go. You tell the earth, you ain't got to pull, I release. We need to come out me, I release. Get out there and have those conversations. Community is going to help you release. If you don't have anybody around you immediately, get up there, call somebody. Call somebody. You don't know who to call? Get the texting. You don't know who to texting? Get on these live platforms and just speak. Release. Tell your story. Release. Let it get out you. Okay? Let it get out you. Only when you can release can you receive. Ashe? Ashe? Can I get a witness? How many of us would much more rather receive? Can I get a witness? How many of us much more rather receive than the things that we are holding on to? Yeah, we much more rather receive some new things. Have you imagined? Have you seen a new life in your mind? Have you seen new people on the other side? The grass is indeed greener on the other side. Have you imagined? Only when I release can I receive. You can listen. 4 hands can't carry nothing more. 4 hands cannot receive anything more. How can I receive if I have not released? How can I receive if I have not released? 4 hands can carry no more baggage. We don't have to carry it on the next level. On the next level, we got luggage. Yeah, we got luggage. Yup. We preparing for our temporary visits and stays on certain frequencies and certain levels and certain experiences in life, and we come and prepare. Okay? Baggage mean we ain't had no choice to put anything in there. Luggage, we were prepared. Toothbrush, couple extra pair of drawers. We don't need much. Toothbrush and drawers. What else we need? Maybe a change of clothes or two. Because we going to get some new clothes while we there. We're going to get a lot of new things while we there. Yep. So, I ask you, what must leave you? Okay? If you subscribe to my YouTube, if you watch this video, if you received in any way, shape, or form, and if you like to keep receiving, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you got your post notifications on. Hit that little bell. And then go ahead and follow me on all platforms. But as you in the comment section and you want to give things to the universe, let this be your confessional. Let me be that platform for you. Okay? You go ahead and confess to the world what I wish to release. Show the world that it's okay to release. You know how we look at the reviews first before we buy something? That's the world showing you it's okay to buy that or not. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here. Okay? So on Sundays, okay, we're going to have communion. I would call it other things, but I don't want to antagonize other things in you. Okay, we're going to have communion. We're going to be community. I'm going to share with you. I'm going to be the vessel and give to you what your spirit has already been asking for. See, I can hear your prayers. Okay? And I understood I much more rather be the answer to those prayers. Okay? I much more rather be the answer than the problem. I much more rather give you contentment and peace. I much more rather lead you away from outside influence and back to the power that is you. That's where I'm taking you. I'm taking you back to yourself. All of this has been a beautiful poetic story about you and about you understanding that you are enough and you've always been enough, and the devil has been lying to you since you got here, telling you that you need. That is the first lie. And the only thing you need is to enrich yourself. Enrich your mind, enrich your body, enrich your spirit. Step into those riches of life so you can step into the wealthiness aspects of life. Okay? And let's get rich.